No one is naturally good at everything. That's just not how life works. Each of us has a limited amount of knowledge and skills, while the things we don't know are practically endless. Even those we consider the greatest, legends who have achieved remarkable success, had to start somewhere, and they weren't automatically the best. Take Tom Brady, for instance, a player who led his team to 6 Super Bowl victories, wore the number 12 jersey, and became known as the greatest of all time. But he didn't get there by accident. He didn't inherit greatness. He earned it. If you want to be the best, you have to face the best. It's a simple but powerful truth. If you aspire to be truly excellent at something, it begins with effort, waking up early, putting in the extra work, and showing up when others choose not to. It means being open to learning, constantly improving, and never getting comfortable with what you know. Tom Brady wasn't handed his success. He had to take his game to a level that most others weren't willing to reach. Nothing in his career was simply given to him. He had to earn everything he achieved. This meant treating every practice like it was a game, bringing his best effort to every workout, every training session, and every film study. He gained the respect of his teammates, not because of his fame or talent, but because of his relentless work ethic. Whether it was lifting weights, studying playbooks, or even being a good student of the game, he did whatever was asked of him to the best of his ability. At no point did he declare that he wanted to be the greatest of all time. That wasn't his focus. Instead, he simply wanted to be the best version of himself. He always aimed to become a man he could be proud of, the kind of man who wakes up each day and gives his best effort, prioritizing what truly matters. Being proud of the person you see in the mirror is more important than any trophy or title. Everyone is born with some talent, but real growth comes from identifying your weaknesses with humility and working on them. You can always build on your strengths, but improving your flaws is where true greatness is forged. That means focusing on what you can control, not wasting time comparing yourself to others or worrying about what they receive. Every opportunity you get should be treated like the Super Bowl, as if it's the most important moment of your life. Surrounding yourself with people who push you to grow is crucial. Brady's philosophy was simple. He didn't just play for the name on the front of his jersey, his team, but also for the name on the back, his family. His achievements were never just about personal glory. They were about honoring those who believed in him and those who supported him. Unlike child prodigies like Tiger Woods, who showed talent as a toddler, Tom Brady didn't start out as a standout athlete. There was nothing extraordinary about his early years. He didn't have the perfect mechanics or the natural skill set of a star player. In fact, his beginning was rather humble. When he first arrived at his all-boys high school in the Bay Area, he was a skinny kid who hadn't even figured out how to properly put on football pads. Other kids seemed years ahead, physically stronger, more experienced, and far more confident. While some of his teammates were already shaving, Brady was still struggling with the basics of the sport. His freshman year was a nightmare. He was the backup quarterback for a team that went winless. Not only did they lose every game, but he couldn't even get on the field. It's one thing to be a starting quarterback and lose, but to not even be seen as good enough to play for a losing team, that was a brutal blow to his confidence. But Brady didn't quit. He didn't sulk or make excuses. He chose to focus on what he could control, his work ethic. While most teenagers were sleeping in, he showed up at 6 a.m. for grueling workouts, running rope drills, sprinting up hills, sessions that most players avoided. Fewer than 10 players would consistently attend, and he was always among them. He knew he was behind, but instead of giving up, he used that disadvantage as motivation. His determination continued through high school and into college. Even then, nothing came easy. Despite his hard work, he lost the starting job to Brian Grease in his third year. And just when he thought he would finally get his chance in his fourth year, another talented recruit, Drew Henson, showed up. The competition was fierce, and Brady knew that he was no longer just chasing those ahead of him. He also had to worry about those coming up behind him. Eventually, he was named team captain and won the starting role. But the struggle wasn't over. Coach Carr decided to rotate him with Henson, a constant reminder that his position was never secure. But Brady didn't let the uncertainty break him. He doubled down on his efforts, focused on his conditioning, refined his decision-making, and ultimately led his team to victory after victory. When the platooning ended and he was named the full-time starter, they didn't lose another game that season. Yet even after proving himself in college, the NFL draft was another humbling experience. Brady thought his hard work would earn him a high selection, maybe even in the second round. Instead, he sat through round after round with 198 players being picked ahead of him before the New England Patriots finally took him in the 6th round, 199th overall. He wasn't seen as a prodigy, but that didn't discourage him. It motivated him. He made a decision then and there. He would prove every other team wrong for passing on him. He wasn't driven by fame, money, or status. His motivation came from within, to be the best version of himself. He knew he didn't have the natural gifts of a superstar, but he understood the value of hard work, resilience, and earning the respect of his teammates and coaches. Those early struggles, being overlooked, doubted, and forced to fight for every opportunity, became his greatest teachers. Instead of viewing them as setbacks, he saw them as lessons. Where others might have given up, he used every obstacle as a chance to grow stronger. Discipline wasn't something he practiced for a day or a week. It became a way of life. Brady's commitment wasn't temporary. It wasn't about being good for a season. It was about maintaining that standard of excellence year after year. Most people can stay motivated for a day. Some can last a week. But to be truly great, you must be disciplined enough to sustain your efforts over a lifetime. Even when he became a superstar, fame never changed him. He always prioritized having a strong team around him over a bigger paycheck. It was never about the spotlight, the endorsement deals, or the glamorous lifestyle. It was about his love for the game, his commitment to his teammates, and his relentless drive to be his best. If you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. But more importantly, you have to outwork the rest. You have to earn it every single day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.